nice day out.
I know, it's beautiful, clear skies, perfect weather. I love summer. So, I've been thinking about something recently.
What?
The death penalty. I just want to know how you feel about it. Do you know what it is? Well, death penalty is capital punishment. It's the most extreme of all possible sanctions. You think that the death penalty should be justified?
I just think sometimes it can be. Think about it. The only way someone gets the death penalty is if they've killed someone. It's kind of
Really?
like an eye for an eye. If you kill someone, I think you deserve that same treatment. In a 2021 survey, it actually concluded that 6 out of 10 adults support the death penalty.
I cannot believe that that many people support the death penalty. I am strongly against it, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I just want to talk about some of the cons. There is an unacceptable risk that innocent people could be put to death, with the death penalty simply existing. And even for those inmates on death row who are trying to prove their innocence, they typically have to go through the appeals process, which only focus on the legality issues and not the actual factual evidence that could prove them innocent. Just so you know, that's an average of 3.94 wrongly convicted death row prisoners being exonerated each year since 1973. That's almost 4 prisoners a year who are proven innocent. So my remaining question for you is, how many innocent lives are worth sacrificing to preserve this punishment? Is life in prison not enough for you?
Look, the death penalty is just an extreme example of total incapacitation, as once the offender is executed, they cannot reoffend.
Okay.
I stand by the fact that only those commit the worst of the worst crimes deserve this punishment. I mean, the death penalty ensures that they will not go out and cause harm to anybody else. Why should we risk letting a killer get back into the world just to put another person's life at risk when it could have been prevented?
I understand where you're coming from. What if they can learn from their mistakes? Death penalty is just not an effective method. It's not an effective general deterrent for the given heat of the moment during murder. When somebody is in the act, sometimes they aren't thinking right. And it's not to mention that some people may suffer mental illnesses and they don't deserve to be executed.
Actually, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that clinically insane people cannot be put to death.
Okay, but let's go back to your statement earlier. You said that only those who committed a murder can be convicted of capital punishment. However, that statement is extremely misleading. The truth is that everyone who has been executed since 1976, when the death penalty was reinstated, participated in a crime in which at least one victim died. That doesn't mean that every person receiving capital punishment directly killed another person. And as an example, the person may have participated in the act in which another participant committed the murder. This is just another reason why the death penalty in itself is flawed. This can result in somebody being executed for something where they didn't actually kill the victim. They were just a part of the group. And what if they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Although what you said is true, no one has been executed for such a crime since the death penalty was reinstated in 1976. Look, Parker, at the end of the day, even if somebody didn't directly kill somebody, they still committed a felonious act, which resulted in the loss of a human life. And that's just really not okay. You know, how are we supposed to roam the streets, when convicted killers could be let out loose just for the fact that they might get better? I don't know how much I can trust that. I have kids, okay? Like, I'm fearing for not only my life, but their life as well. I'm just not comfortable with those people walking around.
Everything you've said has been valid. However, I stand by the fact that the death penalty is still unnecessary for criminals who have even committed the worst crimes. Criminals can still be changed people. They're not just criminals, they're people too. Just think about the 4 people who are going to be exonerated this year, even though they were given capital punishment. There's so many innocent lives that could be lost. The death penalty is simply inhumane, Nick.
I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree.
That's okay.